Alright, what's up, boys and girls? I'm gonna talk in this video about the pre-stream from yesterday, November 3rd, and all the garbage that fell out of his mouth. It's been 9 days since I last uploaded, and it feels like fucking forever, to me anyways. But as some of you know, I've been taking care of personal things, aka being a fucking adult, Philip. Let me give a quick shout out to Piece of Peace before we start. Yesterday, I had been avoiding DSP, streams and whatnot, except for here and there I've been popping in. And for whatever reason, yesterday I jumped in right on time, right before the pre-stream was starting. And once DSP came on camera and started slurring his words, Piece of Peace immediately was like, this dude looks drunk. He sounds drunk. And the more the stream went, the more it was clear that he was drinking. But then again, how could he be fucking sober and do what he did yesterday and say what he said? The dude was clearly drinking already. It is what it is, man. There's no way he can do this fucking drunk or sober. He had to be fucking drunk to get on there and cry and plead and beg and do what he normally does. But let's go ahead and jump into this thing. Probably be about a 35 minute video. As always, let's fucking go.
Circumstances that keep fucking coming up and screwing me over every month. Every time a dollar comes in, a dollar goes out. And then something comes up, I don't have the money for it, so I got to draw upon what I'm making daily. Now I don't have money to spend on anything. Tomorrow's my day off, okay? My day off for the week. I'm going to have to penny pinch the money that I have in order to afford what I do tomorrow, which is grocery shopping, having one meal out a week with my wife, getting supplies for Jasper, and other things for around the house that I can't just normally get at the grocery store. It's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight to even just do my weekly stuff. And I haven't been out for 7 fucking days. And most of that money that I earned over the last week is gone. On top of that, the last 2 days, it's been, like I said, it's been slow. And it sucks because do I expect people to come to every stream and be completely outpouring with support? No. You would hope that it could be a balance, but it just hasn't been a balance recently because of all this shit going on behind the scenes with me. It's screwing me over. It is. It's ridiculously screwing me over to the point where I just can't get it. I can't get back to square one anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't want to play new games with you guys. I want to. I can't. Now it's like, because remember before it was, well, I'm in the middle of too many other games. Can't play them. So now you're like, okay, well, you finished the games. Why aren't you playing the new ones? I can't afford it, man. Like right now. So here's the situation I'm in. This is me real talk. Right now, what's going on with me? Tomorrow is my day off. I need money for my day off. I should be okay. All right. I have no idea what I'm going to make today on streams at all. Every day it's different. I have no idea what I'm going to make on Visage and Lost Judgment today. It could be great. It could be terrible. I have no idea. Okay. Tomorrow is my day off. There goes a bunch of money. There's nothing I can do about it. I got to buy shit for the house. It's my day off. When I come back this week, okay, over the weekend, I have to raise, no exaggeration, $800 over the weekend. Because the middle of next week, I have to pay my internet bills and my condo dues. They amount to about $800. And I'm not going to have any excess money left over from this week to go towards that. So in like 3-4 days, well, I guess 5 days, I have to, oh, by the way, Wednesday of next week is my day off. It's the only day off of the week that my wife and I can schedule together. I have to have money for that day too. So you see my predicament?
Yeah, I do see your fucking predicament, Phil. Tell your dumbass wife to fucking chip in and pay for some stuff, you idiot. There's your answer. And let's go back to the beginning. These are out of order, by the way, but I wanted to talk about them in a certain way, so I ordered them like this, specifically. Huge fucking shout out to Hate Army Watch. Everyone is using his video to react to, and he was the first one to put this up yesterday, so shout out to him. Big fucking ups, homie. But when you listen to the entire clip, this sounds like a horrible life, Phil. It sucks to be you, buddy. Sorry about that. And by the way, you notice during this entire fucking segment he did yesterday, he didn't mention his Patreon payment at all. He just got that on the 1st of the month. Now, it's not a whole lot of money, but do you notice how he just memory holds it and it doesn't even fucking exist, man? He's talking about money. Yeah. Shout out to Hate Army. And he doesn't even mention fucking his little side avenues of fucking money. He doesn't mention behind the scenes what he's been getting. He doesn't mention his fucking Patreon payment. He doesn't mention his part-time wife's money. It just doesn't fucking exist. And speaking of the part-time wife, does she not pay anything at all? How is 10K not a month? 10K a month not enough for this guy, man. He made 13K in October. Shout out to Piece of Peace and actually on Kiwi Farms. But let's be conservative just for fun and say it was only 10K. And it's still not enough, man. I don't even pity you, DSP. I'm fucking laughing at you. You deserve it, bitch. Act like a fucking adult for once in your life, man.
Because there's idiots out there who they say, Phil gets a giant payment from YouTube every month, man. He's just lying constantly and making shit up about money and everything. Here's my list of financial responsibilities every month. I write it out by hand. I probably should type it out, but I write it out by hand every month, and it's a giant checklist of every bill that I owe. All right, and it's commonplace stuff. It's my internet. Here, I'll read it to you. Here's my internet, my condo dues, the electric bill, the garbage bill for the garbage guys that take the garbage away, other utilities like gas and water and stuff, my cell phone bill, my car insurance payment, my car payment, the mortgage on this house, the back tax payment that I owe to the feds every year because I didn't pay my taxes properly for several years because I couldn't afford it, the regular tax payment that I owe the government every single month because I own my own business and I have to pay them monthly for what I estimate I owe them in federal income tax, my health insurance payment. Now I have to pay these legal fees every month that I'm breaking up, in addition to other stuff. So for example, there's other things, for example, that I have to like kind of spread out payment on. But this is my life every month. I sit down with this giant checklist of stuff. And whenever money comes in, like the YouTube payment comes in roughly around the 21st, usually it's like between the 21st and 23rd of every month. The moment that money comes in, okay? The moment that money comes in, pay the mortgage, pay the taxes, pay the back taxes, pay the state taxes, pay the health insurance, it's gone. My October payment came in from YouTube and was immediately gone within like 4 days. It was gone. It went to every bill that I owed. Gone. And then on top of that, all the tips that I had made went and paid the legal fee, went and paid the health insurance, had to pay for a new vacuum. You know what I mean? So, gone. And this is my life.
Nice proof, you fucking idiot. A handwritten piece of paper. I love how he's listing all this shit off like we don't know about it. Have you seen Piece of Piece's spreadsheet? You know, that idiot Snow Carl was right, man. Your bills are already known down to a fucking T. And then he added, quote, legal fees, unquote, every month. So this mysterious $1,500 legal fee we heard about recently turned into a monthly payment now. I'm betting this guy is paying a legal fee, but it's to take down certain people. I don't think it had anything to do with identity theft. You notice I had a video removed recently? I just heard that LSB lost both of his channels. You know, one that doesn't even have anything to do with DSP. I'm sure there's others that have lost stuff recently that I just don't know about. But I wouldn't put it past this slimy piece of shit to be doing that, man. And if that is the case, just like everything else in life, it's gonna come back around to you, buddy. I promise you that. But just to finish on that stupid ass little segment and his quote unquote bills, this is a dual income, no kid household, by the way. Let that fucking shit sink in. Next fucking clip.
Remember, okay? Here's the situation I'm facing. All right, and this is me being completely transparent with all of you. I'm broke, basically. I don't have funds to do anything with right now, okay? In October, at the end of the month, I was hit with a over $1,500 legal bill for shit that I had to do to try to clean up the giant mess made by someone who committed identity theft with me and screwed up all my financials. I had things that were fucked up to the point where I had multiple things that weren't paid, fees on top of fees, saying I'm in default and stuff, which I should not have been, but all my shit was compromised. So it got frozen, and it took me a while to figure all this shit out, and I had to pay a ton of money to get stuff fixed and get back on track, which thankfully I am now, but it costs money. I actually said this on Twitter. I said, in America, it's fucked up because you become the victim of a crime, and you have to pay money to fix your own shit. Like, I was the victim of a federal crime, but now I'm set back tons of money because of a criminal. And I have no defense against it, okay? Now, I'm just going to tell you guys this right now. I am not going to put up with any more fucking slander and defamation and bullshit. These scumbags who say, oh, I know all about identity theft. You don't have to spend any money to do anything. Fuck you and your mother. Really. Fuck you and your mother. Because you're a piece of shit. I'm the one who's going through it right now. I'm the one who's going to have a bad time trying to pay back all this fucking money I owe now for all the shit I had to go through. I know what I fucking owe because I have the bill in front of me. And you're not going to sit here on the internet and lie about it because you're a scumbag who just wants to fucking contradict everything I say to try to make me look bad. Fuck you. You don't know shit. You don't. You're not here in my shoes putting up with this shit every day. I'm tired of the slander and defamation against me and everyone saying I'm a liar. Fuck you. You don't know anything. You're a dumb fucking kid living in your parents' fucking basement with no bills and no responsibility for yourself. Or you're some lucky snowflake who's been protected from real life and doesn't actually understand the repercussions when someone fucks with your livelihood every single fucking day like they do with mine. Okay? I'm done with it.
I love it. I love it. And yes, Phil, you will put up with the slander because there's not a damn thing you can do about it. You're a fucking coward who won't come outside and face anyone. So what you're going to do is sit there and cry and complain because that's what you always do. Big tough Burnell. Fuck you, homeboy. Let's go back to the beginning of it. I'm sorry, Phil, but you're a known liar, buddy. Why should anyone believe you had to pay anything to quote-unquote fix stuff? You know, this is what happens when you cry wolf and chicken little yourself constantly, man. Nobody believes you. You reap what you sow, my friend. And then he says, oh, we don't know anything and we're just making shit up and conspiracy theories. Here's one thing I do know, motherfucker. How many months in a row has he asked his dumbass fan base to bail him out? And that's a legitimate question. How many months in a row has he done this shit and asked people to help him and just clear this next hurdle of blah, blah, blah? Answer the fucking question, DSP, but I bet you won't, bitch.
Be a dickhead to him, all right? So if you say that shit, you're out of here. And I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm just not, I'm too nice is what it is. I'm too nice of a person. And I let people come on here and sneak diss and come on and reference the tractor shit all the time. Fucking Snow Carl has been doing it for how many months? And I'm just trying to be a nice guy and everything. I'm trying to be a nice guy. And how many times can I put up with that? If that was the real one, I'm assuming it's the real one. People are saying it's the real one. But you see, I'm just too nice of a fucking guy where I let people throw these barbs at me. People tell me all the time, actually, that other streamers don't put up with that shit. Oh, you go on there, you get instant banned if you try to say anything like that. I try to maintain a nice chill atmosphere on my stream so that everyone is welcome and everyone can have a good time. That's my intention on my streams, you see? But if these people are going to be like this, I can't have it. I'm not gonna have people abusing me constantly on my streams. So, I have to say, if that was the real Snow Carl, that's unfortunate, but man, what a fucking idiot. Obviously he didn't want to be here to begin with. He was here just to do this, like I said, the sneak dissing and the stupid shit every day anyway. So, what a moron. Yeah, Zen sure.
All right, and that might have been my second favorite moment of the whole thing yesterday. So let's take a look at the Snow Carl super chat. He couldn't even fucking tip him. It was so beautiful. 100 SEK, which I'm assuming is like 10, 11 bucks, Swedish dollars or whatever. But he says, sorry, I can't listen anymore. You made 13K last month with 5K bills. Your bank history leaked. We know every dollar in and out. I love you, so I'll take the ban, but please seek help for your gambling addiction by chat. And you're right. You're right, Snow Carl. He needs to seek help. You need to seek help for your Stockholm Syndrome as well. Because let's go ahead and talk about it right now. And, I'll do a community poll so we can have an official tally. But let's go ahead and start taking bets. How many of you think Snow Carl is actually gone? And how many think he'll be back within 7 fucking days? Because I know what side I'm on. But let's go back to the beginning real quick. He's too nice of a guy, and that's a direct quote. He's too nice of a guy. Yeah, Phil, you don't ban people. He's by far banned the most people of all time. Think about that. Let that sink in. He's probably banned the most people of all time, but he has the nerve to sit here and say he's too nice of a guy and he doesn't ban people. He's fair. And by the way, he leaned in and banned somebody right after saying that. Isn't it Shawn Michaels? And again, we're going to do the community poll. 7 days, within fucking 7 days. That's what my money is on. Let me know what you guys think. A clip.
What I mean? So, gone. And this is my life. And this is what frustrates me. Is we have a literal group of fucking scumbags out there who sit here and defame me every day and make shit up. Phil's blowing his money on DoorDash. Phil's blowing his money on mobile games. Phil's blowing his money on this and that. No, this is where my fucking money goes to every month. All of these pre-established things that I owe, that's where my money goes every fucking month. Every single time a dollar comes in, it goes right back out the door. All right? I'm not sitting here on a pile of money. Oh, what can I blow it on today? No, I'm nickel and diming my way through life right now. I really am. Now, as I've told you guys, earlier this year, it wasn't like this. Earlier this year, I was in a better situation because I was making a good amount of money on Twitch. I was making a good amount of money with tips. Things were looking up. I told you, oh man, if things had kept going that way for the whole year, I would actually be able to start saving money again. I would have a savings account, put money into it every month, have something. So, for example, if my shower breaks, if I get hit with legal fees, if the fucking vacuum breaks, I would have a savings to draw upon to pay for that stuff so that I'm not now drawing upon my daily income to pay for it. I would have had that if Twitch didn't fucking screw me and kick me out of their partner program with no legal justification for it. They have still to this day will not respond. They don't care.
Ooh, all right. Let's go back to the beginning. He said he was, quote, nickel and diming his way through everything, unquote. No, motherfucker. You know who's nickel and diming right now? Your good friend Sean, who gave you $300 a few weeks ago and who is legit homeless. That's who's nickel and diming right now. You piece of fucking trash. And by the way, how much have you heard about Sean from DSP since then? Then he says he's not sitting on a pile of money for DoorDash and mobile games and blah blah. Then where does the money for DoorDash and mobile games and a total of wine come from? How did you get the zombie Hogan then? Lying ass piece of shit. And if you can't afford your bills, then maybe you should make a change, buddy. And here's the beauty of it. He starts talking about how he was in a good position on Twitch and had money for everything. I could take a day if I wanted to and put together a compilation of this guy crying on Twitch ever since the vet streak ended. And it would probably be like an hour long. I just don't want to because I feel like it would be a waste of my fucking time. But this is what he does. Everything was always better in the past and he just needs the help to get over this hurdle now. So if you guys could please help him, he would really appreciate it. And sorry, Phil, but you're not dealing with your brain dead fucking fan base here. You got people like Piece of Peace who have a fucking like doctorates or a PhD or some shit like that. You have people like Actually on Kiwi Farms who are smarter than you and I ever will be, Phil. And then yeah, you have someone like myself who is street smart and self-educated, buddy. So I've been around the fucking block, and I've seen scammers like you my entire life. But we're supposed to believe you're smarter than all of us, and this is all just one big bad luck coincidence. Go fuck yourself, dumbass.
Okay. Now, something else I'm gonna say. All right, because I am getting frustrated with how people react to certain things. People right now are doing super chats. Thank you. Super chats help this channel in the long term. Super chats, I will not get the benefit from until, like, at this point, if you're super chatting today, late December. Late December, I'll get some help from those super chats, and I appreciate that. All right, but I don't want to hear people now saying, "Oh, Phil's ungrateful because he got a bunch of super chats today, and he's saying that he still needs help." Fuck you. No, really. Again, fuck you. Because you know what I'm asking for. Help now. To pay for the games coming up now. To pay my bills coming up now. Not things in December. Things now. You're not helping by coming on this stream and being a dickhead to me and acting like I'm being ungrateful because someone's doing a super chat. No, I'm very grateful. The super chats help, but they don't help me now. This isn't going to help me get through the next few weeks to month. It's going to help me next month. So stop with the bullshit coming in here and acting like I'm ungrateful when the problem is now, not a month and a half from now. You know, but this is how people are. They want to do everything that they possibly...
Okay, Phil. I'm going to give you the biggest and best tip that anyone has ever given you in your life. This is free of charge, and I'm being 100% serious right now. So please take my advice on this, man. Pick up the phone and dial 877-CASH now. And see if JG Wentworth can loan you some money, you dumbass piece of shit. Tell him you have a structured settlement and you need cash now. Go fuck yourself. I hope you bankrupt yourself again, jackass. I don't give a fuck. And as our creator Scott Steiner once said, no simpy bitch. And yeah, it sucks that YouTube takes 30% and that you don't get that money for a month and a half. Trust me, man. It does suck. I know it. But you need to be a fucking adult and learn how to budget for it, man. You sound so fucking ungrateful when you talk like this. Essentially demanding that people tip you. It would be great if they did, but you don't control them, motherfucker. You can only control yourself, and clearly you can't even do that. But let's take a look at this this message that popped up that he banned immediately from Intoxicated Vet at DSP Gaming. I think we all are wondering why you don't get a second job and make streaming a part-time thing if times are that bad. The job market is hiring a lot right now because of all the COVID stuff. Banned. Get the fuck up out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. A troll. You can't even offer this guy advice. And I hope you take my advice and call JG Wentworth so he can fuck you up the ass the way you're used to doing. Dumbass.
out of touch with fucking reality, right? Seriously. Seriously. You want to be so fucking out of touch with reality. It blows my mind. It does. It blows my fucking mind. How people are just like complete and utter dicks to me about this shit, you know? And it's just, they're out of control. And again, the moronic conspiracy theorists, completely moronic shit that they say is insanely nonsensical stuff. Phil, you only have $5,000 in bills a month. Really? That's what you think? I can tell you right now, between my mortgage and my taxes, just those two payments a month is more than $5,000 a month. Just my mortgage and my taxes alone, I'm paying more than $5,000 a month. You're a moron. Really, if you want to sit here and you want to be a part of this dumb fuck conspiracy theory cult on the internet about me, you are brain dead stupid. Really. You are the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. You don't know anything. You literally have your heads so far up each other's fucking asses that you don't want to live in the real world. And one day you're going to become an adult. Really, one day. You're going to be forced to, whether you like it or not. One day you're going to grow up and you're going to become an adult. All right? And you're going to have to deal with reality of how shit happens when you're an adult. That you have all these responsibilities constantly. And all this is on you, on your shoulders. And you have to deal with things day in, day out, stressful things that come up that you don't expect. And now on top of that, in my life, not only do I have all the regular responsibilities of a normal adult, I have to deal with scumbags on the internet who want to fuck with my life all the time, constantly trying to ruin things left and right, fucking with me, really trying to fuck, seriously. And it's like, are you out of your mind? Are you out of your fucking mind? And I'm supposed to sit here and just take...
So let me get this straight, Phil. We're not adults. Buddy, I just handled a move while being an adult. Something you've claimed for years you couldn't handle. Who's the fucking child here, man? Anyways, let's go back to the beginning. He says he spends more than $5,000 on his mortgage and taxes every month. Who does he think he's fucking talking to? His mortgage is $1,833. I saw 2 fucking tax payments, one for $750, one for $500, and I didn't even see those paid every month. I'd be willing to bet one of them's quarterly. But just for the sake of it, let's say he pays them every month. That's $1,250 on the taxes and $1,833 on the mortgage. That's what, less than $3,100. How does it equal out to more than $5,000? If you're rolling shit into your mortgage, you dumbass, that's your own fault. If you somehow got a fucking refinance before you declared bankruptcy and your fucking rates are shooting up now, etc., that's on you, dumbass. But if you can't afford it, motherfucker, you shouldn't be living in a place you can't afford. That's your fucking fault. And you shouldn't have been cheating / trying to avoid your motherfucking taxes for years, homie. And that's what happened because you even moved across the country because you thought you could game the system and move to a state that didn't have any personal income tax. And in reality, you bankrupted and played yourself. I love it. I love it. Now, the next one's going to be the last clip for the video. And then we're going to give a couple of shout outs and end with the good news story for the day. Let's see what we got.
Parasolo, thanks for the super chat. I don't care about No Nut November. I'm an adult. Just saying to the super chat and says, all the trolling is getting old. What's the point? The thing is, what it is they really want to break me down. They do at this point. Like, these idiots have tried absolutely everything. They really have. I mean, when you get to the point where you've committed crimes, multiple crimes against someone, whether it's swatting, doxing, fucking, you know what I mean? Identity theft. They've done everything they can, and now it's what? Well, instead, let's fucking break down Phil psychologically instead, right? Let's make it so that now, let's make it make him feel like shit on every stream. Let's have a bunch of people come on his stream saying terrible things about his wife, saying terrible things about him, that he doesn't want to play the games, he's out of touch with his audience. You know what I mean? Like, they're literally doing every possible thing. And you're right. It's like to the point where, you know, it's like, for me, it's like another drop in the river. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's another drop in the river. It's constant bad feelings and abuse. So to see it, it's like, but you know, what really frustrates me is when I have a month now, like, I really want to put out the best stuff for you guys in November. I do. I absolutely want to put out the absolute best content for you that I can. And I can't because of financial limitations. And then people have to be blatantly lying. Blatantly fucking lying about me. And it's like, that's not going to fly anymore. I just can't. I have to say something about it. I know, because this kind of pre-stream is what they want. But it's what I have to do when I'm at my limit, man. I'm a human, and I get to my fucking limit, and I have to respond at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, lean in and ban somebody, you dipshit. As he's sitting there crying about how his feelings hurt and how his life is so tough, and he just bans somebody. And back to the beginning. All the trolling is trying to break him down. That's a direct quote. Did the trolls make you do this segment? You've done this multiple times in the last 30 days. Your mobile game addiction is what's breaking you down, dumbass. Your loveless marriage is what's breaking you down, dumbass. Where you're at in life now, as opposed to where you should be, is what's breaking you down, dumbass. And your alcohol addiction is what's breaking you down. You did it to yourself, and you deserve this life, bitch. That's what's fucking breaking you down, motherfucker. fucker. All right, let's give a couple of shout outs and we'll end with the good news story of the day. My first shout out to Trevor. You know, he said he always appreciates the content and he's tipped me a few times. So thank you, Trevor. I appreciate it, homie. Chris, there was no message, but this better not be the Chris I'm thinking about, asshole. No, I'm just kidding, man. Thank you for the support. Niels from Denmark. Shout out to any Denmark viewers. I believe that's Dutch, if I'm not mistaken. I could be, but I think that's what it is. Now, I don't know much about Denmark except for the episode of South Park with the troll protection company coming from there, whatever. So that always cracked me up. But shout out to Denmark. Thank you, Niels, for the support. I appreciate it, homie. And Glenn. And there was no message with it, but I appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much for believing in me, brother. And hopefully you enjoy this video. Now let's go ahead and move on to the good news story of the day. And this is going to be Alfred Aponte. Now, let's go ahead and pull the picture up here. There's going to be two pictures. But if you go back and watch part 6 of To Catch a Pay Pig and look at Alfred's segment, and it's timestamped, by the way, so you can just click the timestamp. And if you skip ahead to the last part of his segment, I laid out a challenge for Alfred. Now, he tipped a few times after that, and I just thought that he didn't care about the video and he was just kind of spitting in my face saying, fuck you, basically. But he came to the video later, and you can find the comment. He said he would accept the challenge, and I'm happy to say that he has not tipped since then. And this is confirmed with Piece of Pieces tracker and from what I've just seen with my own eyes. So let's go ahead and read these messages off. And this was in, I think this was in Raven's live stream Sunday, something like that. And I was in there just, you know, chatting and talking. And Alfred saw me and he said, hello. He said, good to see you, superstar. And as you can see on the top of it, I said, hey, Alfred, good to see you, man. And he responded back with, thanks for the advice. And I said, Alfred, it's good to see you being a man of your word. And I gave him prayer hands. So shout out to Alfred Aponte. If anybody's got some nice things to say or give him some prayer hands, I'm sure DSP won't be too happy with this result, but it is what it is, man. It looks like Alfred woke up and he saw what was happening. And I hope you watched that video from yesterday, Alfred. I hope you watch this video and you can see what type of person he really is. So next video will be 7 Years of Slander Part 2. I just wanted to kind of put this out here just so we could talk about it. But next video will be longer and more in-depth, etc. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I will talk to y'all very soon. And as always, a fucking go.